Dispatcher JP, over.
Track warrant number 101, October 11th, 1987, 2 extra 726 east at Stevens Point. Line 15, checked. Track bulletins in effect, none, NONE. Dispatcher JP.
This is copied by, over.
The engineer, B.G. Miller.
Warrant 101, okay at 7:23 a.m. Dispatcher JP, over.
Track warrant 101, okay at 7:23 a.m. Over.
Okay, and does the conductor have a copy?
Yeah, he has a copy. He's up here in the engine with me.
Okay, dispatcher out.
26 out.
Railroad history was made on October 11, 1987, when train number 2 left Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Number 2 looked a lot like a Soo Line train. So did the route it would take, with names like Amherst Junction, Oshkosh, and North Fond du Lac. But that was yesterday. This is the first train on the nation's newest and largest regional railroad, Wisconsin Central Limited. The Wisconsin Central is a system of light to medium density lines that was the Lake States division of the Soo Line. After the Soo Line purchased the Milwaukee Road in 1985, they created Lake States, hoping to negotiate wage and work rule concessions to make the division profitable. The Soo Line could not reach an agreement with its unions, so they put the division up for sale. In April of 1987, they agreed to sell Lake States to an investment group called Wisconsin Central Limited for $122 million. The Wisconsin Central's 1,900-mile operation includes virtually all of the old Soo Line in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Upper Michigan. The cities of Milwaukee, Superior, and Minneapolis are reached by trackage rights over the Soo. Rounding out the package are 2 former Milwaukee road lines, along with a few miles of trackage rights on several smaller railroads. President of the new railroad is Edward Burkhart, former Vice President Transportation of the Chicago and Northwestern. Although the WC has virtually no overhead traffic, it does have a healthy amount of online business, mostly paper mills. With 2-man crews, no unions, and no union work rules, the Wisconsin Central hopes to succeed in a climate left behind by the unionized 4- and 5-man crew Soo Line. The Wisconsin Central didn't wait until October 11th to start acquiring motive power. 6 SD-45s and a pair of SW-1200s were on their way to the new railroad. A deturbocharged GP-35 from the Missouri Pacific had already been repainted in the WC's cream and maroon paint scheme, reminiscent of the Soo's pre-1961 scheme. But the WC started operations largely on the strength of Soo Line motive power. They leased GP-9s and an assortment of other Soo units and bought the remaining 17 GP-30s and 5 GP-35s. 3 of them had already been relettered when number 46, the Milwaukee Churn, became the first Wisconsin Central train to assault Byron Hill. Helpers are often used here, but the 2 GP-30s and GP-35 will have to take their 6,726 tons up the hill alone. Later that afternoon, Number 2's crew returned to Stevens Point as Number 1. In a way, history was repeating itself. Their route is part of the original Wisconsin Central Railway, a predecessor that was merged into the Soo Line in 1961. In fact, two of these units, GP9s 2412 and 2407, were sublettered WC when they were delivered in 1956. The Wisconsin Central's first day didn't end when Number 1 arrived at the point. The people in the operational headquarters had more trains to run, like Number 3, bound for Superior, Wisconsin. The sun was setting on another day as the GP30s headed across the Wisconsin River. Was the sun rising on the era of regional railroads? On October 11, 1987, we could only guess.